Welcome to Yoke's YouTube channel. I'm Liz Matthew, the regulated Canadian immigration consultant. Thanks for tuning in. Well, today we will be looking at how to maintain your permanent residence. You have received your permanent resident card, you are a permanent resident of Canada, and Canada does need you to meet certain residency obligations before you can renew your PR card. Your PR card is generally valid for 5 years, and you got to be in the country for 2 years in every 5 year period. So that is a mandatory. So 2 years in the sense 730 days. 730 days, you need to be, uh, there is different ways of showing meeting that residency obligations. You can either be physically present in Canada, um, say you are not capable or you can't be inside Canada, you still can have your PR card and to meet your residency obligation, even if you are outside Canada. That is also allowed. So let's look into how it works. So even if, as I mentioned, even if you are not inside Canada, you can still meet the number of days of being in Canada, provided you are residing abroad with a parent, your spouse, or your common law partner who is a Canadian citizen, and you are working outside Canada and you're residing with them. Yes, you can count those days as meeting the residency obligation on a PR card. Other way is you're being employed by a Canadian business or a government service outside Canada. That also helps you to maintain your permanent resident status. And also, if you reside abroad with a parent, spouse, or common law partner who is a PR and they are employed in a Canadian business or a government service outside Canada. Yes, so these are the options that are available. And so that this way you will be able to maintain your permanent residence throughout your 5 years. So you don't need to be in Canada for the whole 5 years to renew your PR card. So 2 years, which is 730 days, needs to be physically present in Canada. You can either be physically present in Canada or you can be outside Canada, provided you do meet the conditions that we just discussed earlier. And the work outside Canada. Work can be, there is some kind of restrictions for that as well. It should be a temporary work. So it is an assignment that you have with the Canadian based company, which is outside Canada, and it has to be for a short period of time. You are returning back to Canada, and when you return back to Canada, you will be working for that organization's head offices in Canada. The head office needs to be in Canada, and also the work can be either full time or under contract. So that is also, that's some things about the work that you can do outside Canada, which will help you to maintain your PR status. And also the assignments, as I mentioned, the work assignment should be temporary and you will be returning to the Canadian employer. And Canadian business. What is Canadian business outside Canada? What does that refer to? What type of a business? Well, that is a question that many people have. So when you say Canadian business operating outside, that basically means to say that the head office of that company needs to be inside Canada, and then it's just a branch that they have branched outside Canada, and you will be working for that Canadian company which is based outside Canada. But the main work should be assigned to you from the head office in Canada. And the federally or provincially incorporated business, and it should be an ongoing operations in Canada. That's very important. And the organizations should be created by Canadian or provincial laws. So that's basically how to renew your PR card, how to maintain your PR status. Just because you got your PR card, it doesn't mean that you will be a PR and you will be able to renew it as long as only you meet the residency obligations. You got to, in the 5 year period, you got to stay 2 years in Canada, which is 730 days. So keep that in mind. And please do abide by the rule, and we are always here to help you out with all your immigration queries. Thank you. Stay tuned, and we will be going forward with the questions as we always do. So, one of the questions we received on in one of our videos was, after I apply for work permit, can we go out of country before it gets approved? Okay, so basically, work permit, I'm assuming this is a postgraduate work permit that they are referring to. So if postgraduate work permit is applied, you are on a maintained status. And travel purpose. In order for you to enter back into Canada, you do require a TRV stamp in your passport. So your TRV stamp helps you to, it is a travel document. So it has an expiry date. So most of the people who are coming as students initially into Canada, their TRV stamp will have the same expiry as per their study permit. So if your study permit is about to expire and your TRV will be expiring soon as well. So if you exit the country, if you need to come back in, your TRV stamp needs to be there. And in order for you to get a new TRV stamp, your postgraduate work permit needs to be approved. Also, when you come back into Canada, your work permit was on maintained status. Why? If you are inside Canada and you are able to continue working till a decision is made. However, if you exit out of the country, when you come back into Canada, you're not able to work. You're supposed to wait until a decision is made on your work permit and then continue working. I'm hoping I have cleared your question, and thank you for tuning in. See you in the next video.